Hello. Today I'll be discussing the phenomenon of repetition as it pertains to fashion trends, why it occurs, and why we feel the need to follow them. Repetition in the fashion industry is a very much common occurrence. It is often the result of brands or designers trying to capture the attention of consumers, hopefully hoping to create a lasting impression. This practice is also seen as a sign of status and wealth, as certain trends are associated with the upper class. High status often consists of form-fitted garments, the expensive jewelries, designer brands, and so on. Although many of these can be said any longer. It is known fashion wasn't created for the commoners, but for the elite and was run by this elite. We've always looked up to these people for inspiration and inclusion, but all we were left with was just their breadcrumbs and leftovers, which makes us yearn for more. Those who can afford such outfits have developed an obsession with maintaining the exclusivity and elitism of high fashion, and those cannot have developed an obsession with creating the illusion of wealth. The resurgence of the 1980s, such as the shoulder pads and geometrical print, are a sign of this repetition, as they were previously popular decades ago and now recently are making a comeback, which we're gonna get into in a moment. If we've learned anything from the life cycle of trends over the years, it is that everything always comes back into style eventually, from the stark resurgence of the early hot to the ever-present influence of the decades like 70s. Designers are clearly taking note from the past, says Upper Bazaar. Fashion has evolved over the years, from the rise of aesthetics and style guides to the challenging of what was the aesthetic status quo, and people wanting to be more free and not follow any of these rules any longer. In our society, clothing is not only an expression of who we are, it is also the way we are judged. As a result, fashion has become more diverse and inclusive, allowing individuals to show their unique sense of fashion and for a way for us not to get judged by other people. People are now embracing fashion trends that come from different cultures and backgrounds, creating a more sustainable and inclusive industry. There is no duplicity to this. Not only are we given the option to define ourselves, we also get a ton of this option to the extent that we get confused on what to support. Fashion weeks such as New York Fashion Week, London Fashion Week, Milan, I think there's a Paris Fashion Week, I'm not sure, up to Seoul, all these fashion weeks are held each year. During these weeks, a variety of collections are displayed on our screen and they are brought out to designers to buy, with media outlets nitpicking on what trend are going to come out based on these brands. Here are the fall 2024 trends. 10 trends that were portrayed on the runway. Out with the skinny jeans and in with the wide leg jeans. Something like that. These trends are then immediately adopted by the fast fashion industry and the public, often with disastrous results. In fact, many of these trends are quickly forgotten after their first appearance. Ultimately, the fashion industry obsession with the latest trend can be detrimental and can affect the well-being of its consumers.
Gen Z does not care about sustainability, I'm sorry.
I didn't say it.
They grew up on the internet, they're very trend aware, they're very aware of what is the thing to have at the moment, but they know how fast these things go. So I don't think Gen Z is ever gonna pay big buck on what everyone has.
Look, buying dupes is one of the biggest fashion trends in the 2023. Why did I say it like that? 2023. With these dupes often produced cheaply and quickly sacrificing quality over quantity. This can have a negative impact on the environment for sure, as production of dupes often relies on the use of unsustainable material and labor practice. Dupes can also be damaging to the designer brands, as they often compete with the brand's legitimate pieces for market share. As consumers, we feel entitled to the cheapest product there is, while still trying to maintain a certain lifestyle. While the very nature of fashion has often involved reinventing popular themes or motives, social media's impact on fast fashion brands has completely changed how younger generation think about clothing consumption. Social media like TikTok have given us the access to to explore any aesthetic or trends that we want, giving us the ultimate go-ahead to just skim through these trends and skim through like the circle of life. I have no idea what I'm saying. But seriously, it has given us the access to just invest in pieces and consume pieces that we know won't last very long in our wardrobe. But because of the trend, we want the things that are trendy for now, but the 20-year rule. Yep, you heard it right. The 20-year rule.
We heard.
And why do I sound British? Which simply means every 20 years, a trend or fashion items always make a comeback. This trend can be anything from hairstyle, clothes, even to our technology itself. This rule was established as a result of we young generations who are trying to figure out what their style is. And we feel nostalgia when we see the 90s sitcoms, the past history, what the president's wives were wearing. Many of us are inspired by legendary figures, like I said, president's wives, from the past decade, wanting to dress and look as they did. We look at clothes decades ago and want to create our own version of it. This helps us create our own unique sense of style and stand out from the crowd. Let me fix my back real quick. We have seen this trend taking place with the 2000 making a comeback in 2020 and the comeback of the 1980s and the 1970s on our runways right now. With that being said, we have reached a stage where all these decades and trends are clashing, all in the name of making a comeback. From what used to be the 20-year rule, it's now the 5-10 rule. How else did we reach a stage in which pop punk, cowboy boots, sweatpants, diamante jewelries, Regency inspired outfits, and drill music coexisted? Other factors like the state of the economy and political issues also influence this trend's comeback. A popular theory would be the M-line index theory, which suggests that the length of a woman's skirt is an indicator of the state of the economy. The longer the skirt, the worse the economy. The shorter the skirt, the better the economy. A perfect example would be in 1929, where the American stock crash, which did not only affect the economical value of the United States, also affected the fashion industry as well. Today, fashion has become increasingly homogenized, with many of us relying on fashion prediction videos to guide us on what to buy and what we wear. We are most likely to invest in pieces that are deemed trendy and fashionable. As a result, we find ourselves wearing similar pieces, if not the exact same outfit as everyone else. It has gotten to the extent that we depend on fashion trends, and it has become so difficult to differentiate between my personal style and what is trendy. We are so accustomed to following these trends that we often forget to create our own unique and personal styles. The feeling that there is so much of everything and everything goes too quickly has been long clear to me. Giorgio Armani. With fashion shows becoming an almost seasonal event, the influx of new trends has become overwhelming for many consumers. With the constant bombardment of new trends, it can be difficult to keep up with the ever-changing fashion landscape. This can lead to fashion burnout, where consumers become uninterested and disconnected in the latest trends. This results in lack of creativity and individualism, as consumers resort to buying the same pieces as everyone else. As fashion brands rush to keep up with the trend, consumers often find themselves struggling to keep up with the rapid changing of the fashion landscape. And I'm going to end on this note.
In reality, you are already enough as you are, regardless of the clothes you put on. And some latest garment that a million or billion-dollar organization wants to sell you isn't going to change the fact that you're already enough.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys like my persona? I'm trying something new on this channel where I talk about fashion commentaries. Let me know if you like it in the comments. And I'll see you guys next week. So bye!